So here is my 14-foot Jon Boat to bass boat conversion. As you can see, I painted it silver and black, top side, back side. First time I painted anything with spray guns and auto paint, so I mean, there's clear coat on it. I used 2-stage paint. Came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. So the entire deck, the entire boat is made out of all out of aluminum. Aluminum deck, aluminum compartments. So my big thing that I really want to make sure I did was I want to use piano hinges that laid in here flush, because I absolutely hate all the conversions I saw that just put a hinge from here to here. So I wanted to have an actual lid that I could do that with. Have an area to bite it to, have something to stop it on there, you know, wrap carpet inside of it. So right here is just basic tackle storage. Up here is just rope, tie down stuff, just stuff to immediately grab when I'm loading it in and out. It's just right there, easy to grab for it. So went through it, put cup holders in. I recessed the trolling motor foot pedal here. I found some diamond plate angle, so I made a box and I framed it in with that. Came out pretty sharp. I had the trolling motor mounted on it. Up front I put a ram mount and a Garmin. The other cool thing here, automatic self-deploying anchor. Well, not self-deploying, but it has an auto deploy feature, so whenever I don't have to hold the button down up or down, I just hit the auto deploy button and it drops it right down until it hits the bottom. Once it hits the bottom, it has slack it stops letting line out. So put the bow light up front. Show you what else I have going on with it here. So the rod locker, I opted not to put tubes in it. I don't know, just extra weight, pain in the butt. I just use rod sleeves, keep them from getting tangled up. Put I'm gonna say anti-fatigue exercise mat. Lined it with that inside there. And I don't know, should be nice there as well too. In here are the brains to the operation. I have one battery here. This is just the accessory battery. All this stuff is hooked up to it here. The other battery for the trolling motor is actually, this is just access to it right in there. That's the motor, or the battery for the trolling motor. I just wanted it in the front of the boat. This boat definitely got a lot heavier with the aluminum in it. All the aluminum framing, the extra aluminum in general, and it's a smaller motor. It's a 2520, but it's a jet, so it doesn't have a whole hell of a lot to get on plane. So I want to make sure I had the weight up in the front of the boat. Plus, believe it or not, this little motor is absolutely a gas hog. So I run it with 9 gallons of gas in it. I take some long trips over weekends and go camping with and stuff, so I need gas to last me a couple days. So I have a 6-gallon on that side and a little 3-gallon here, and I just swap the hookups around, and I'm good to go there. Back is all set. But it gets on plane nice, haven't any problem. The balance is good with the batteries being up there, the gas in the back. Runs about 17 miles an hour, so it's no speed demon by any means, but gets the job done. In here, obviously inline fuses and bus bars, onboard charger, I got the works. And of course the switch panel, pretty standard. It's the stuff everybody uses on eBay, they're everywhere. But this is cool in the back here. This is the anchor. It's a secondary switch for the anchor up in the front. So if I'm not fishing in the front, if I'm driving the boat in the back here and just want to drop it and deploy it, I just hit the auto deploy button here and away I go. I have a second switch right there for while I'm driving. So the other thing that I really wanted, I want as big a deck as possible. I still want to be able to put passengers, a fishing buddy, and me in the boat. So to do that, I decided to, in order to drive the boat, I decided to put an extra little hatch there. So now when I'm driving the boat, I have my complete leg room right there to drive the boat. You know, all the floor, the whole 9 yards. So now I can sit there comfortably and drive the boat comfortably. So, and when it comes time for the guy in the back, if you're with your partner to fish, that lid simply folds right there. And now he has his entire casting deck in the back, all back to himself. And that seat, I put an extra peg to it there, just drops his pedestal in, now he's in the middle of the deck. But when you're driving, you know, to work the tiller, I hate reaching directly behind me to work the tiller. So I wanted the seat here for when I'm driving to work the tiller. But when I'm fishing or when your partner's fishing, I wanted to have something exactly in the middle of the deck to keep it balanced. So when I get in the drive, that just comes up. Like I showed, flip that over. And if you're fishing with a partner, he can close it and has the entire deck to himself. So I'll show you the other part for the front. Now, same thing when your partner needs to sit down and ride. In order for him to get in, he just flips that right over and your partner can sit right here and, you know, away you go for a cruise. And then when we park the boat, time to go fishing, lid goes right back down and I have a completely full deck once again. Just some other little storage. The other thing I did here is made the seat, so the seat is on a hinge, lifts up, so I have some stuff, extra storage in there. This is the live well. One of the stuff you see, pretty standard there, of course, too. This is the two-way valve, so I have a pump in, pumps the water in through here. Hit the recirculating switch. You know, when that is pressed in, it'll just recirculate it out. And when I want to pump the water back out, I pull that valve out and pumps it right out of the boat out there. So, works well enough. Happy enough with it. Just some extra little storage in the back here. Just stuff. So, but the whole concept I had was I wanted to have the aluminum deck. I wanted to have the hinges hidden. I wanted to have stuff, you know, they're not waterproof, but I wanted to have stuff so I did have a lip. I don't know, I just want to have a real lid. I just didn't want to have a flat surface with hinges on top. So, you know, not waterproof, but it is better than just a line there. So other than that, I did put lights through the whole boat. Let me see here, these guys. You see I lit up the whole deck for at night. You'll be able to see a lot better. And there's lights in all the compartments in through here. The rod lockers have lights on them. You see there's a light down there for the floor. Should have some lights over here too. I think so, yep, right there. So the compartments are lit up for nighttime. The deck is lit up for nighttime. You know, should be pretty sharp. But yeah, I just wanted to share the boat. I don't know, I haven't seen anybody do any sort of seating like this where you have a spot to sit comfortably when it's time to run. And yeah, you can flip the lid back over and have a completely full deck again when it's time to fish. So I haven't seen anybody else do that. I figure I'd like to share that. Works for me. That was pretty handy. So thank you.